a new webcam. I am Bob Doyle, and this is Awkward Interviews with Weirdos. Hope you're dancing along. That's part of the rules. If you're going to watch, you got to dance along. That's not really a rule, just so you know. Hey, welcome back to Awkward Interviews with Weirdos. Today, did you pick a great day to come by? You know why? That guy that we have been trying to get, that Jiggly Jack or whatever his name is, I can't remember. The producers do all that work. I'm just a shill. I'm a pawn in a much, much bigger game. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I got a new camera to make the broadcast a little smoother. That's what they say. Because, the sponsors were complaining. The sponsors were like, Bob, what you're doing is amazing. There's no question about it. But we got to do something about the smoothness. And, of course, I don't know what he's talking about, the smoothness. But apparently he knows what he's talking about. And so I just have to take direction, whatever that means. So, for my part, between you and me, if we can speak candidly, which I think that we can, I think the relationship is such at this point that we can speak candidly. So why don't we do that? Why don't we speak candidly? I'm thinking we should just get on with the show and talk with Jiggly Jack. I think that's his name. If it's not, it's going to be a little embarrassing. So live via satellite, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jiggly Jack. You're not even close. Okay, sorry. So normally I have my producer notes right here. For whatever reason, I don't. Maybe you could just correct me. My name is Theodore Newson. Where did you get Jiggly Jack from? I don't know. We get a lot of things on our desk. We get a lot of guest suggestions, and for some reason I thought, maybe that's just what they call you behind your back. That's entirely possible. That it's just a nickname that they shared with me that you're not supposed to know about. Maybe Jiggly Jack is something. You know what? I'll find out, and then I'll get back to you or whatever if you care. I don't care. What I would like to know is why I'm here. Well, you're a guest on Awkward Interviews with Weirdos. Okay, well, I have to say I take a little bit of offense to that because I don't consider myself a weirdo. So. Okay, well, somebody considered you a weirdo, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Yes, and I'd like to know who that person is. I'd like to find out fairly soon, like within the next 30 seconds. Well, I'm sure it was just one of our producers. It could have been Brian. It could have been Brian. Did you see the guy early? Oh, you're not even in the studio. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that you're via satellite. Yes, I'm via satellite. Do you have any idea how long it took me to drive to this particular studio to join you via satellite? Now, how would I know something like that? I mean, did you send me a GPS ETA or something like that? No, I didn't. I drove from Keokuk. Do you know where Keokuk is? Nevada? It's 7.5 hours away from this studio, and I drove all that way to be on this show. Wow, you so didn't need to do that because there, in any given town, I'm sure Keokuk, we have satellite studios everywhere. We have a policy that is no guest is ever more than 20 minutes away from a studio. Well, that would have been some really, really valuable information for me to have about 8 hours ago. Whoa! Somebody's a little cranky. Look, I know. I'm not going to hold it against you. I know how traffic can be. How about we get to the interview where you ask me some questions and I give you some answers? How would that be? That sounds awesome. Did you give a list of questions to the producer to give to me? No. I wasn't asked to bring any list of questions because I don't know who you are, I don't know what this show is about, and I don't know why anyone wants to talk to me in the first place. I'm guessing it's because they like calling you Jiggly Jack. I believe our conversation is over. I was thinking the exact same thing. So that was Jiggly Jack, or whatever his name, whatever he said his name was. We've got another exciting guest for you. He's he's a little sensitive. In other words, you want to be careful about what you say to him because he tends to get a little, I don't know, not like the last guy, not like more like he gets sad and doubts himself and wants to run away. And one of the stipulations is that I wasn't supposed to say any of that to you. So when he comes on, if you come on and ask questions, I want you to make sure not to say that I said any of that, because man, I will get, well, you know what? He can't touch me. What's he going to do? Let's bring him on. Alan Face Steak. Is that your name? Is there something wrong with my name being Alan Face Steak? No. I just wanted to make sure that I was reading this right, because as I'm sure you've heard a couple of times in your life, Alan Face Steak is kind of a strange name. You know what I think is a strange name? Bob Doyle. I think that's a really strange name. Really? I don't think it's that strange. It's nothing like Alan Face Steak. Well, anyway, I like what you said about me, that I'm overly sensitive. I don't know if you thought I couldn't hear you, but I'm sitting right here. I've got headphones on. We're connected via satellite. So the whole thing about me being sensitive and getting sad, totally out of line. Look, I can't test every connection between here and those studios. You weren't supposed to hear it. I'll make sure that whoever screwed that up will get reprimanded in some way. Does that make you feel better? No, it doesn't make me feel better, because it's not about who did what and why this happened. It's about what you said to me, or it's what you said about me. What I said around you. Let's use some more prepositions. Wow. I've heard about being on your show. I've heard that you're kind of obnoxious. I've heard that you treat your guests a little less than politely. Who is saying that? Come on, you're kidding. No one's saying that. Okay. Well, we're out of time anyway. So thank you one and all for joining us again on Awkward Interviews with Weirdos. And if all goes well, I'm going to play the theme music out of here, if all goes well. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us again for Awkward Interviews with Weirdos.